Howdy cruisers, on today's episode of Under the Covers with yours truly, let's talk about meeting people on a cruise ship. Something I hope everybody expects to do, is amiable to doing when you are planning your cruise. It's something I definitely enjoy on all of my cruises, so thought I would share some of my experience, advice, and tips to help you break the ice and meet some fun and interesting people on your next cruise. Before we get started, I will have to say that it is always important that you go into this scenario with the right attitude. The good thing is, on a cruise ship, most people are definitely there for a good time and are amiable to being social. And the thing is, meeting new people, making new friends, you know what? Finding the right environment to do that is often more than half the battle. And often, a cruise ship is the right place just because, well, let's face it, if you're on a cruise ship, you're going to expect to meet people, and you're probably the kind of person that, well, I don't know, I would like to meet. So go into it with the right attitude. Know you are going into, at least for the most part, a safe and friendly space. And yeah, go in thinking you might just make cruise friends, you might make lifelong friends, or who knows, right? All right, well, let's get into it. First, let's talk about the obvious place that you can meet people who are probably looking to meet people on a cruise ship. And these are things that many of the cruise lines do. Not all of them, so definitely check the guide and find out if any of them are being hosted on your cruise ship. And if they look interesting to you, or you qualify in a weird way, then definitely go and check them out. I'm talking about things like the group meetups. And some of the more popular ones are for the solos. Norwegian has a fantastic program for this. MSC is really upping their solo game. The last couple of meets were actually hosted. But every other cruise line, including Royal and Princess and all, they do have solo meetups. Some hosted, some unhosted. But you know what? You show up to a bar and might as well see what happens. They also very frequently have veterans meetups. Then if this is your thing, they have Friends of Bill W. very often. Most cruise lines, at least all that I can remember, also have the, okay, yes, I do have to read this, the LGBTQIAA++2S meetups, right? If you might be down for that. Well, just to remind longtime members of the court, I don't usually go, and I probably won't until they rename them back to Friends of Dorothy, which is what they should be. Anyway, and some cruise lines have other groups, so absolutely check your guide, see if there's something for you, and go and check it out. The other very obvious place to meet new people is shared dining. You can get this in any of the MDRs, the main dining rooms, be it your assigned table or not. You will be sat with other cruisers, especially if you're a small party. If you're 1, 2, or some odd number, you can be sat at a larger table. I know this causes anxiety for a lot of people, and I know some people that don't want to be stuck eating with the same people, especially if they don't hit it off on the first night. However, pro tip, you don't necessarily have to be stuck with the same people. If you go to one of the My Time dining options and tell them you just want a shared table, you will be sat with, I guess, random other guests every night. So that is a good way to rotate the people you are sitting with. And you know what? You have a better chance of hitting it off with somebody if you're sitting with 7 different groups over your 7-night cruise. So don't be shy. Don't be shy about asking the maitre d' if you do want to sit at a different table. But there are a number of other places where you can meet some fun and interesting people that I have had a tremendous amount of success with. So if you are inclined to maybe play a game or sing along, you can meet some great people at trivia. Yes, and often, you know what? Don't be so shy about asking to join a team. I have done this on a number of occasions. It's easier if you go a couple times and you see people that have played before, or you see people that you may have interacted with around the ship at different times. But yes, on a number of occasions, I have just mooched in on a team. And you know what? Even if it's just for the 30 minutes you're playing the game, it is a fun time. I know in the videos I often mention that I'm playing solo, mostly because, I'll go and I'm late. Of course, as usual. But yes, trivia is a great way to meet new people, or, reconnect with people you have met at other times on the ship. Karaoke is also a great place to meet people. Your they're doing a shared interest, so you can always talk about the songs that you're going to perform or talk about the songs they did perform. And sometimes they might do some group numbers that you can jump in and participate with. So yeah, karaoke, great place to meet people. Also, something that I have yet, admittedly, I have yet to try, fitness classes. Almost every cruise line offers spinning and yoga and stretching, morning stretching and all this kind of stuff. And if you're down for that, and if you're up early for it, you are likely to also meet a bunch of early cruisers and might be a great way to start your day. Go have breakfast, who knows? But yeah, the fitness classes, great place to meet people. I will say, however, while meeting people at the gym on land is a thing, on a cruise ship, it's actually a little bit different because everybody goes at different times, and over 7 days, you really don't have enough time to see the same people in the gym at the same time, right? Just as an aside, I started going a couple hours earlier. It's totally different people in my gym here. It's really weird. So now I'm meeting new people just by going earlier. So on a cruise ship, no excuses. You still have to go. That might not actually be the best place, for whatever reason. But anyway, however, other cruise lines do different things. Cunard had card games that they offered at different times throughout the cruise. And this was both on Queen Elizabeth and on Queen Anne. Sometimes it's just free play. Sometimes it's a tournament. I know they offered several things, but bridge. They just offered an open play bridge session, and I thought about going because I remember this is what I would play with my grandmother and her friends. I know, whatever, but it's kind of fun. I didn't really remember the rules, but you know what? I thought about it. Okay, at least I thought about it. So yes, if you're into card playing and you're on Cunard, definitely look out for the open play games or the tournament if you are so inclined. And then, of course, as you're walking around the cruise ship, wherever you are, in the buffet, by the pool, in the promenade, whatever, just look for people that you know or have shared pleasantries with at other times during the ship. Stop, stay high, have a conversation. Who knows where that might lead? So yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be in a meetup. There's plenty of other places on the cruise ship to meet people. Now that we've talked about the places, let's talk about you or us, right? It's very important if you do want to meet people. You do kind of have to be presentable. I will tell you, if you dress like a scrub, no one is going to want to talk to you. Let's just be honest. Yes, it is like high school. No, we never outgrow it. Besides, you know what? If you do want to make a decent impression on someone, yeah, presenting yourself in how you dress, how you comport, how well you're groomed, it is very important, and people do react to that. Now, mind you, you do not have to wear outlandish costumes on your cruise, but it does help. It does help in a number of ways. So, you know what? Bring themed costumes for the parties. If a holiday is on your cruise, bring a costume for the holiday. It's just one way to get noticed. And yes, it is a great icebreaker and conversation starter. Well, actually, I'll make a video about some of the conversations that do start. Yeah, at some point. Anyway, so yeah, you know what? Dress for the occasion. Dress to be noticed, and you know what? Dress well. It just makes people more comfortable around you. And I will offer this one other caution. If you wear like a big, gaudy Breitling watch, you're going to attract people who are impressed by big, gaudy Breitling watches. Before we move on, now would be an excellent time for you to go down and hit that subscribe button. Help me get to 5,000 subscribers. I guess that is the current goal right now. It doesn't cost anything. And yes, every subscriber I see added to the court, it means the world to me. So go ahead, hit the button. I think YouTube might even show a little sparkly thing. Who knows? Or whatever site you're on, go ahead, click the subscribe, follow, whatever it is. And you too will eventually become a longtime and loyal member of the court. Okay. Back to the advice. Understand yourself and be comfortable in who you are, right? When meeting people, there's really a small number of categories I think people generally fit in, and don't try to be something you're not, right? You can either be a flirt, the mysterious wallflower, or, the guy with the shtick, or the woman with the shtick, right? So if you are the flirt, you're probably not watching this video. Or maybe you are, just to see, well, maybe you could learn something. I don't know. But yes, you're the kind that goes around, talks to people, whatever, is easy making friends, then great. That's awesome. But, you know what, even if you are a little bit more reserved, some would say an introvert and prefer to just sort of stay on the sidelines, that's fine too. You might benefit from the outlandish costume because it does spark some curiosity, and people, the flirts, might want to open up a conversation with you. And as for the third one, the guy with the shtick, admittedly, that's usually me. Yes, with the costumes and the camera, I do tend to be very noticeable. So yeah, I am that guy with the camera very often, and it's totally fine. It works. It does help to start a lot of conversations, and sometimes or often, they've led to some pretty nice relationships. It might just be on the cruise, or it might be more than that. Who knows, right? So whoever you are, whatever you're comfortable being, just go ahead and do that on your cruise. It's not a problem. You will still meet people. And when meeting new people, you might worry about what to talk about. All right, well, here's the thing. On a cruise, that is pretty much settled, because you can always talk about the cruise or the cruise ship. Yes, it's very easy. It's a built-in conversation continuer, right? It's on you to start the conversation, but it is very easy on a cruise to talk about the cruise itself. So, you know what? You're going to meet usually two different types of people, right? You're either going to meet the noob, the first-time cruiser, or maybe somebody who's only cruised once or twice, or you are going to meet the experienced cruiser, the one who's at that top tier or whatever. So whatever it is and whatever you are, there's always information to share, right? So, if you're the noob and you meet a seasoned cruiser, go ahead, ask them about the cruise, ask them for their advice, ask them what they would do, what they would recommend for dinner or lunch or anything like that. If you are a seasoned cruiser and you start a conversation with a noob, share your experience. Let them know what you like and what you dislike. And for you seasoned cruisers out there, go ahead, share the secrets, right? There's no reason to keep it a secret, all right? This is not some secret skull and bones society. Yeah, so share your insights, let them know. So, well, hopefully they will enjoy cruising as much as you. So yes, if you're worried about what to talk about, you can always talk about the cruise. And just some general advice, don't rehearse what you're going to say. I know if you're kind of the introverted wallflower, you might practice things in your head. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just be ready to talk, because if you practice what you're going to say, all you're going to worry about is saying the lines, and you won't say them correctly. And I think those of you who try this, you already know where that's going to go. Finally, and I know this one might sound a little bit odd to some people, but don't really try to meet people different than you. And I say this after experiencing or witnessing certain things. I remember a few years ago, somebody was really trying to make friends with one of my friends for, just say, popularity reasons. And to be honest, it does come across as a bit disingenuous. You will meet people that are different than you. A cruise ship is probably one of the most diverse groups of people that you will ever encounter. So if you do want to meet people that are different, it's going to happen. You don't have to try. You don't have to put any effort into it. You just have to let it happen. And when you do, and if you do, you will find that it will work out, a heck of a lot better. So yeah, don't try to meet new people. Don't try to meet people different than you. Just expect that will happen and roll with it. Trust me, it will work out a lot better. So there you go. My 6 tips, 6, I guess. 6, 7, I don't know. I wasn't really counting. Tips for meeting people on a cruise ship. So, all right, go try some. Let everyone know how it worked out. If you have suggestions for making friends or meeting people on a cruise ship, go ahead, leave those in the comments below. I'm sure everybody would love that information. And, well, after you meet some people, whether or not you make a lifelong friend, a cruise friend, or an overnight friend, be careful. Always play safe. And as always, if there's something you would like me to chat about, go ahead, leave it in the comments below, and maybe we will talk about it on a future episode of Under the Covers.